as well as Kaid off the board. And a Thermite and Bandit ban to boot.
Yeah, I mean, fully focused on the walls here on Nighthaven Labs makes a ton of sense, right? We often see the Kaid Bandit combo. It's the most common pair of operators to ban.
Benjamin Master taking a little bit of damage, but that's just from that clash. It's sitting right here inside of jungle. They have surrounded this space, but it's still going to be difficult to try and operate around Joom, just given the circumstances of him being clash. It's so easy to play around this shield and keep yourself alive. And as long as he's able to make some solid moves and have Mowgli's assistance, it looks like it's going to go off without a hitch.
Yeah, that's a big pick. I mean, long range. You find the captain of SSG, take down Faults, a really nice opening, and this might put a bit of pause in Spacestation, right? A little bit nervous now to start walking in to this part of the map. They do manage to bash the window, Sam, but it's costing them a lot of security.
It's getting very difficult just given the map control here, Jesse. I mean, how do you operate around this tiny of a space? The answer is you don't.
Wow.
Team Secret.
We're going to contest them. They got the initial long pick on the mirror window. Beautiful play by Mowgli. Joom is assisting him over towards the electrical side of things. And they just kept swinging close with the shotgun. Mowgli ended up getting two. I believe it was Adrian that got the last couple playing here on the smoke. Really beautiful stuff coming out from him. Close games for sure. But you do sometimes see that slip away from Team Secret. Regardless, they'll be happy with this start. And they go to a bottom floor bomb site, but a very heavy roam, Sam. There's a lot of players here on the top floor.
Oh, it's getting scary. Very terrifying, and somehow it's Joom from behind. Ashen isn't aware of the other player assisting with this angle, and he's immediately decimated. Fultz, fortunately enough for SSG's sake, we'll be able to at least get some semblance of value out of this situation as we'll be able to take down Mowgli.
It'll be interesting to see how they respond to this.
Oh, this is actually quite the interesting prospect, isn't it? We have some players over here to the right-hand side of Adrian, also Fultz here inside of Animus. Noah with a nice kill. An aggressive swing. Fultz will take him down, but so far, Secret's aggression has been working perfectly up against Space Station Gaming. Might be able to find another one, looking for that. If Fultz is capable of getting this, it will be an ace to clutch things up. Another Goya out here, and that will be it as the fires nip at his heels.
Without the man advantage, that was going to be a tough push. They had cargo control, they had Animus control, and that generally is the recipe, but having cargo without being able to clear out Noah from cafeteria, he just made the push all the way up through the hallway. We didn't quite catch it, but managed to get a good flank onto the players that were cargo, got a couple of kills in that action, and then everybody else able to collapse just alongside Noah. So good late round moves coming out from him, but for me it really does come back to that roam game. Secret were playing together, SSG couldn't quite manage the same. Seemingly catching them off guard. They know where this zombie is positioned up top in rafters, but clearing out Noah is a much more difficult task.
Very nice find from Benjamin Master. The communication, the teamwork there to break up that Kiba barrier.
So it's just these two now from Secret up on the top floor. This move from Faults will start creating a little bit of a pinch pressure, right? With this move on a jungle, the heart breach. No!
Nobody knows about electrical!
Oh,
Mowgli,
Sam.
He slipped through the cracks, M590 in hand. I was terrified for that man inside of electrical, but Fultz will nip it in the bud. It's a 3 versus 3, but everywhere they step, Secret is prepared. They're looking dastardly at the moment.
Secret keep making moves. That's the crazy thing, is they're always in control of what's happening in the round. They're making a swing. They're taking the C4. 30 seconds to make this push happen, and it's going to be double players coming in through Garage.
J9O trying to find an angle. He'll tap Joom once, which that 417, just so much damage. What a find here from Savage. Slips underneath the stairwell for 2. And it's 3 rounds on the defense here for Secret.
It's too clean, Sam. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Maybe baited SSG into this a little bit. It's very obvious Secret came in with a really strong game plan on how they wanted to play it. Boy, this is a rough start for the Yak. Benja down below, I think, might be a difference maker, Sam. This will be how they try to counter that mirror position.
They know that there's a buck down here, though. And oh, the aggressive swing from Noah. But is he aware that there is just secret ants lying around this space? No, he's not. The downstairs riddled with players. Adrian able to take out Benja.
Thinking it's too dangerous and going to waste too much time. They're just going to have to force it instead with the smokes of the Glaz and the Blackbeard instead.
You almost have to. Nice little find there as Joom's trying to get a little cheeky there. Swing on the far side of the door, but I mean, this is still very difficult for SSG to try and operate through. Fultz on quite low HP. They won't be able to get that IT wall open. The Nitro Cell takes away over half of Newer's life. Ashen will be able to find one. No dice, though, for SSG as Mowgli puts him to the sword. But it's down to just Savage in a 1 versus 2. Very low HP on both SSG members. Completely doable, but Fultz finds the head. And that's the very first round here for Space Station.
Nighthaven Labs gets a 2K, a really important 2K on the Mira. It's not really an operator you associate with Mowgli. Through the EML, he only played Mira a single time for the entire round, and that includes reload as well in that stat. So it's not really an operator he's comfortable or common on, but on this bomb site, it seems to be the play that's working out the best for them. That's why Newers is here.
Tries to bait him into the gunfight. He didn't see him! Oh, he has to run away! He's so very lucky he's on Ram. I don't think another operator in the world really lives unless they're a 3-armor. Savage will take down Benjamaster, and they are just making a mockery of SSG's offenses. SSG just simply can't get a cage on these guys. No collar, no nothing at all. The Secret are running roughshod over the entirety of Nighthaven Labs. Finally, something will go SSG's way, as Fultz will lie in wait in here in Vending. SSG, just what do you do from this moment, Jesse? Newers on low HP, Ashen on low HP, Fultz trying to hold up the flank. It's just so difficult to try and push yourself forward.
You got to do something to get Mowgli out of the spot, because if you can't, he will deny every plant position from above. Finally, you do it, but it costs you so much, Sam.
And really, that's more than likely going to be all she wrote. Fultz is the only one with kills inside of this round at all right now. And Secret know exactly what they need to do. They just got to wait for the drop, and that should be it. They'll swing on the cross here. SSG looking to flirt with that IT wall. It's going to be down to Fultz again here, the IGL, to try and solve this issue. Savage does have that Nitro cell, though, and we all knew the risk when it came through. That's why they had Newers there to try and catch it, but I'll be honest, guys, the reaction time that you have to catch that thing, it is
stuff
otherworldly. Like, there is no other way, really. You kind of got to get lucky, don't you?
Somebody's got to find something. Somebody's got to get a cheesy angle. Somebody's got to find an opening, because otherwise, Team Secret are in a really strong position.
Benja's going to get taken down through the verticality. Secret had some of their own made, as well as what obviously Benja was applying to the equation, but nothing at all happening. And look at the face of Twister. I think that says it all.
Savage loves to play that. He's really big on those defensive shields in particular, so he can be an IGL, call that information without his teammates really having to focus too much. That's going to really let SSG try to use to their advantage to hold the top floor and then eventually the bomb site too.
A moment that you never see, but Ashen still gets it. We all saw him check the camera. Obviously, you couldn't see the Nook, but somehow Ashen, he has a second sense. He kills him, he types, he does a Nitro cell, and he dies. What the hell is going on? Team Secrets. You can see Secret starting to coil around the side, but as soon as I say that, it's much more of a one-front assault here. The Monty, very scared for Newers. The decision-making is going to have to be so darn good. The assist will come in, and once again, they'll trade. Secret keeping it at a 3 versus 3 after Mowgli goes down to that M590. J90 on the long angle here with the ump.
Monty does go back down the lobby stairs, so that freezer hatch not going to be the point of focus for the push.
Have one over for the little connector area here, as well as in kitchen. He'll get marked out. Noah's expecting him to try and run through, but Fultz on a dime takes his life. He'll push up with the bailiff. Might be able to get him, but he won't. Savage will take him down instead. The Thermite, aware of where the player is, he's going to go for the frag! And Benjamaster dies to the intelligence of the Thermite. This seems fast, right? Oh my god.
It's soft.
Why is that soft? There has to be verticality upstairs. There's no way. I refuse.
No one's in the site.
There's barely any verticality upstairs. I feel like this is somewhat of an easy plant, but I don't know. I haven't seen SSG run this before, so I'm as quizzical as you guys are. Adrian's going to work his way in. He's planting on the box. This is the most default of default spots you can plant on this bomb site. Hello? 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 What is happening right now? Space Station let this plant go down. The wall was soft. Just everything is so damn discombobulated. Team Secrets are running away with this. Mowgli will go down, but Secret have already done the heavy lifting.
Sam, that's just a blunder.
Jesse, I'm at a loss. Unless somebody just completely forgot where their walls are, or that is intended to have more verticality above it. Either way, massive questions for SSG here. As Ashen starts to defuse, they'll have to try and force it. Nobody paying attention to Ashen, though, as Savage is the last man alive. And somehow, some way, Spacestation win this in the post plant. That was last round. This is now. Yeah. SSG somehow, some way are alive. And Fultz looking to cause some issues. Would be a big win if he's able to get it, but he sprints into the angle. Joom takes his life. Benjamaster will take Adrian's lunch, though. And somehow, we're still on equal footing.
Fultz 10 and 7. I mean, feeling himself before that.
Oh my God!
That's a big one. That's a good answer.
How blessed can you be, Benja? He almost does it again.
He's not done.
He's going to go back for the fight, Jesse. Do you believe? Do you believe?
With the buck below?
Oh, almost. He's going to end up losing it out to Savage. Oh. Finally, one of those 417 rounds strikes him in the chest after those. No, we're just going to run off to the other side. Trying to get some assistance with that window. It's been keeping up. Newers with a nice little find here. The smoke out is more than likely going to swing off this. And what a shot at a J9-0.
In the 3v3, Newers really stepped up. Of course, the brand new pickup for SSG. Important to see that turn around a little bit. There's the mirror band that I expected kind of in the first half to be taken out after round 3, but it comes in round 9 instead, where it will get removed. Famous for winning in moments where things seem completely lost. 6-3 is not where you can start. Start letting off the gas.
That reaction from Joom dying through the spray on the window is just...
He looks scared.
Gold. Yeah, dude, that was a jump scare right there for sure.
Noah's got pinned down into a corner, but at the same time, so is Ashen. Noah makes his great escape, and meanwhile, we're
no. The Blackbeard Joom, he goes down. He runs a little bit too close. His head will be taken off, but the Nitro Cell, it misses SSG, but the smallest marker will end up missing out on that case. And Mowgli with a nice frag, but the case has to go down. Now there's a man above, the verticality being applied. Mowgli, he's more than likely going to be able to get this case down. Newers will abandon the verticality. And now it's down to the 1 versus 2 on very low HP. They're both staring at the hatch. They know this verticality is more than likely going to come through. He will find one. And Newers, one of the men with the most 1v2 clutches, or 1vx clutches rather, for SSG on this team, tied 2-2 with Benjamaster. It would propel him into the lead amongst his peers. As Mowgli waits off in the distance, the case right here, more than likely going to be flirted with by Newers just to see if he can get a move out of Mowgli. He knows he's right around this space. Here's the shots. The pre-fire won't find him. He's going to put a couple slugs in, but that's it. It didn't matter. The time had already eaten away at them, and Secret steal away Night Haven Labs from SSG.
They're happy to play this map. They're not so shaken to be going to a map like Bank. And second of all, they're confident when their backs are against the wall. It's what Ginny said before throwing it straight to us.
That's exactly what they're going to go on. They're trying to find the angle. It'll take a couple extra rounds, and Joom will sneak into E2.
Keep in mind the Valk cam is inside of lobby. Newer strikes first, taking down the Mowgli player you were just touching on, but there goes the Nook. Does manage to answer back. Now the identity will be revealed. They'll know there's one, and Benja in a real tight spot. No way to get out of it, Sam.
Beautiful find here from Benja and J9-0. Joom will find one of his own, though, and somehow, some way, these fates have been intertwined. 2 versus 2 here. It seems like every single time SSG get value, Secret are somehow, some way capable of equalizing. It shows up yet again here in round 1 of Bank. Newers does still have a Nitro Cell to try and toss into this equation. Joom is going to quickly move his way downstairs, though nobody ready for it. As he's like lightning in a bottle through marble stairs. Benja knows one's over side of the main portion of the site. Joom's going to wrap back towards the back end here, in on the office side. A bit of a fake plant, but Bench is probably not even going to be able to hear it with that phone going off in his pocket. He'll drop on, and then he'll be discovered by Joom. No plant necessary, just a 4K out of your Nook.
That's ridiculous, Sam. The Danish operator coming out takes down the Danish player of SSG to finish things off. Really strong play coming out from Joom. A 4K in the first round. Once again, he started his career back on Heroic. His very first LAN event with Joom. Back at the Yongshiping Major, and back then, Benjamaster was by his side as a teammate. Now here in Riyadh, they come and kick together as enemies. They play that so well, Sam. In the early round, they find the space, they find the gap, they find the early players.
Let's see them hide.
As my friend would say, a really big fucking all.
Aggressive swing coming in here. Attempting to work their way up spiral. Ashen with a kill already. This player in E3 has to find some value, and what a move here from Fultz. He's going to work his way back into, but they've discovered him. They know that he's in this space now. And that cancel wall has already been opened too. This is going to make things quite a bit of an issue for him. Secret could potentially get some value out of this down the line. SSG have already done a decent amount of heavy lifting. 2 kills, June down, the player that basically run roughshod over the entire first round. And Mowgli. Finally, Secret will be able to get something that's going to be Fultz, that player inside of that E3 elevator. Ends up going down as he tries to cross across the no man's land that's created with that gap from the Habana. Now a minute remaining here. Secret to try and work this out, and they find yet another kill. The EE1D forces Ashen to stand still.
The defuse kit will be all by itself as this push comes in primarily on the east side of the map.
Viewers down, and it seems like Secret didn't just simply do no wrong. A double kill for Savage, a 5v3 gone awry. And how good of a mental can you have when everything that you do right somehow turns out wrong? And a semi-final here for what could be one of the most important series that Spacestation played this entire year. Yeah.
This is a team that has been trying the best for a while. Here's Juma again, playing on the Nook and finding an entry kill. How many times are we going to see this? It's a perfect counter to this Valkyrie that's being consistently brought when SSG are on the bottom floors. And once again, Jum just gets away with it. Nobody else on Spacestation wants to hold on. Maybe Newers will peek up, but it's so scary.
Wow. What else do you say? Just wow. Like checking out a book at the library. Mowgli steals Newers away here from SSG.
Are you implying you steal books from the library, Sam?
I was hoping you wouldn't catch that. I mean,
took me a minute.
Not to anybody's knowledge, because I'm so good at stealing the books from the library. Adrian's gonna get a kill. Fultz as well. But man, guys, I mean, SSG's just really going to have to do something to convince me, because right now this is just Secret just taking the reins and running away with this map. J90, he's got a nitro cell, but he doesn't even really have a chance. They know where this guy is. There's a smoke down. The plant is going down too. Adrian more than likely will be the solution to the last remaining problem on Space Station. But as soon as I say that, no real angle adopted. So obviously, Secret have a lot of different ways that they can break this down with the last 3 remaining players. It's going to be really difficult for J90 to try and work this. Secret? More than likely just going to bully him with the blitz, and it is going to be Savage that will gun him down with the pistol.
One of those players that every single round was finding value for Team Secret. Through the group stage, the quarterfinals versus Weibo, felt like all the time you could count on Jum for one. You could count on Jum to have that impact. You could count on Jum. Not sure if they've been able to do a lot of hard breaching inside of server up until this point. Might be a little awkward to get a plant down if your goal is to go straight from server.
Oh, well, they know that Jum's around here. Ashen will quickly nip that in the bud, though, as Adrian is starting to run into a couple issues here up against Newers. But this Glass is going to have a pretty solid opportunity working his way through this smoke. What a find. Secret will open up the gates, but Benja tries to slam them shut. You see the player rotating through Garage. They found Mowgli, but he'll find one of his own as Benja tries to assist Fultz as much as humanly possible. But now he's stuck inside of the elevator. Adrian will go down to Fultz, actually, as he whips out the secondary. This is an active clash, and he's going to be able to find it, but Fultz! Holy crap! On a dime, he removes the face of his opponent. And SSG are at least able to get one, but man, did it take a Herculean effort.
You know what, though, Sam? I do like that round, right? They were aware of how Team Secret have been dominating the early game, so they decided to rein it in. Let's play full 5-man anchor. We don't have to fight this aggressively. Team Secret ended up going for a back take, weirdly enough. You see the Capitao descends, you think surely it's going to be a server drop. A lot of their players are still focused over towards lobby. Feels like this cancel wall is still a big priority, but doesn't mean they can't just jump in and stalk and take a fight.
Looks like that's exactly what they're going to do, but this time SSG is the one to get away scot-free. Something we haven't seen this entire series until round 5 of Bank.
They've got to be successful because you cannot bleed players back to a 3v3 and lose the round like you did.
What a shot out of Newers. Able to clip Adrian out there on rappel. No one knows there's one right around the barrier. Is it 2 for Ashen? Close, but no cigar. It's Fultz instead. SSG with their second defensive round.
Oakley already looking into square, kind of with that smoke, threatening that they could go for a fast square push.
Noah gets decimated though. Ashen able to find one. There's a blitz now hounding down on him, and he's not able to get away from Savage. Will pistol whip the man, and Secret now firing on all cylinders. Mowgli constantly with this axe of a gun, taking lives left and right.
Or sorry, Habana Clash first two. Should be Ace and Kaid to round this out if we're playing by history's rules. It will be Ace. The Mira backs up the Clash ban though, so this slowly goes open. It provides an opportunity for Mowgli. If he gets creative, he could pop this Nitro and get a really cheeky pick early in this match.
Mowgli with a beautiful fight onto Ashen, and a little bit of a caster's curse there, Jesse.
Well, he does it. That's just not the hatch I was talking about. But, I mean, it works. Sure.
It does indeed. It does indeed. He's looking for another one here, and this is quite the angle to do it on as well. One run out, won't be able to tag him up as all. Mowgli's not really taking the opportunity. Fultz has to take the fight as Savage's Nitro so rings true. Won't be an equalization. It'll most definitely be Secret in the lead. Newers will drop in. Frag grenade here. Joom, a little bit of damage as he tries to discover that elevator player, but Newers running an entire clinic inside of the bomb site right now. That AK eating everybody alive, and they knew where Joom was.
Top floor will be the bomb site once again for the first time from Secret. They'll have that castle to be able to use, try to keep some of these checkers positions closed.
No dice from Noah. A wrap from the Blackbeard. This could be a really big deal. The frag grenade's pouring in, but somehow he gets the kill. It's a 2 versus 2. A find on the up from Noah as he is practically playing chess in checkers right now. 1 versus 1. Joom is down. The ump, the only thing separating Team Secret from success right here. Noah just has to line up the shots. J90 does not have the case. I think that's off in the ether somewhere. J90! What? What a find on the sense. He'll kill the downed player. He'll spray him through the checkers wall. And SSG will get the last laugh.
Sam, you can never count out J90, the clutch master for Spacestation, back during the NAL. 23% success rate in the clutch through both reload and stage 1. He was the guy that you wanted late round in those desperate situations. Hasn't had the same impact just yet through EWC, but that round we got to see exactly what J90 is made of. Yeah, no, we got life behind the eyes of SSG for the first time in a long time, so this is what we've been hoping for. This is what we get to see now. A couple of shields coming in, but they won't protect Newers.
This blitz. You cannot let Joom escape. Anything around here, they have to get some value out of this. Some firefights back and forth, but nobody can kill Noah. He hits a beautiful shot, almost takes another one. It's Joom instead. SSG are getting ran through the meat grinder. It's down to Benjamaster to try and assist, but the strategy is just so lost.
Some ridiculous shots after ridiculous shots. Plays a ridiculously good round down inside of Archives with his teammates too. Had some really good support. The way that they were able to counter that double rush in from SSG.
It's really incredible stuff. Not exactly something you see happen all that often from that positioning. Usually the 4-17 is the victor in that scenario. Newers starts to work his way in. Savage, quite a few rounds. What a find from Newers, though. He knows that there's still another player around this space. A lot of assistance coming in here from Team Secret. Lots of angles and maybe another find. Mowgli's going to seal the door up as Team Secret choose to try and vacate the premises. I don't think anybody was close enough to be in earshot to hear that.
Well, they've gone on the bulletproof.
Yeah, and thank God Noah is alive too, so he'll get that little sensory thing as well. So they'll know there's some players inside of Garage. Secret will be able to more than likely deal with this just a little bit. SSG gets some nice frags, but now it's down to Mowgli. SSG, they found all the value that they've necessarily needed, but Ashen will get the big kill as finally Space Station Gaming have something to say on a map.
Yeah, and a lot of that kind of came from Benja. He got 2 kills up at the top floor. His entire team left him. They all went over to Garage. They were like, we're not going to fight these roamers. It's a heavy extension from Secret. Let's just all go inside. And Benja was like, okay, guys, you do that. I'm Benja. I'm gonna lock things down up above, just in case. And Benja was the guy who found the majority of those kills, a couple of really important ones. At the same time, right, Newers was going there, hitting the back, dropping in through gold, having an impact of his own. So it was a real team effort from SSG, but you got to give it to those individuals who were able to step up in the big time. Secures an early kill for Team Secret on the SSG. I mean, that would be a difference maker here in round 11.
June does have impact, so if he wants to get a little weird with it, he can always go for that soft destruction play, but it's going to be Savage instead that steps up, and he'll be able to steal Ashen away from the round. Adrian in a gunfight with J9O, but now it's Fultz to try and open up the door. 3 versus 3, pistol in hand, down to the 3 versus 2, but Benja, he's worked his way into the site. Constantly and consistently, these teams are able to find each other time and time again, as these fates simply cannot separate themselves from each other. They know one's outside, Neuros will go down. It's up to Benja Master up against Savage, who's currently on a triple, and Joom knows one's over inside of stock, tries to take the fight. No Condolas to this man's name, and no case. It's going to be down to just trying to find these gunfights. The only thing that's beneficial to Benja is that there's a lot of time on the clock. He doesn't necessarily have to force this, but he continues to flirt with the same door over and over again. 45 seconds remain, and, well, Jesse, this is the time to sit forward and lock in. It's a 5v5 execute. Ashen gets the first kill. Mowgli will make it even. Joom with one as well. Where is the case? It's on Fultz, but does it really matter? Secret! They've practically done it. It's only Fultz from Elevator, and they know exactly where he is. The secret weapon strikes the space station to the ground, and Secret will make the grand final up against their EML brethren, G2.